welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. I'm glad you're here. My name is Brittany, and today I'm going to be doing a dupe, what do we call it? I'm just going to try out a dupe, okay? This palette is all over Instagram, has been for a while. Huda Beauty, I always have a hard time saying that, but it's the Desert Dusk palette. This is the newest palette out by her. And I also have the Athena palette by Bad Habit, which is exclusive on Hush, and they're supposed to be exact dupes. So today I'm going to be doing the swatches of the colors that are supposed to be the same. I'm also going to do this look for you guys so you can see how they perform and see if you really think that they are comparable, how they blend, the colors, the pigment. We're going to just get all of the info on these today. Keep in mind, Huda Beauty palette is $65 and the dupe is $12, so that's a huge price difference. Before we move on, I want you guys to leave in the comments down below which side you think is the high-end side and which side is the dupe. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. So which side? So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna do the Athena palette on my right eye, which if you're viewing this would be your left side. And I'm gonna do the Huda Beauty palette on my left side, which is your right side. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna dip into the color Desert Sand in the Huda Beauty palette, and I'm just gonna do it on a fluffy brush. Okay, I'm going to take another fluffy brush and dip into the dupe color in the Athena palette called Purity. I don't want to cross-contaminate brushes and mix up pigments and things like that, so I'm using different brushes. Good thing I just bought so many sets to try out. But I'm just going to take another fluffy brush and I'm going to dip into this color right here called Eden in the Desert Huda Beauty palette. And I'm just going to use this as like a transition. Like that. Clean brush. I'm going to dip in the color called Velour in the Athena palette right here. Ooh, that is super pigmented. Holy cow. I have used this palette, the Athena one, but not like enough to really know. I haven't used all the colors. So the tones are a little bit different. This one's definitely lighter. This one's more pink and definitely more pigmented. Like this is, I think, my second dip into it. Alright, with another clean fluffy brush, I'm going to dip into the color called Blazing in the Huda Beauty palette on another clean fluffy brush. And just kind of work that in my crease here. I cleaned all these brushes today, so they're dry, but this one's feeling a little wet, which is making me nervous. And then I'm going to take another fluffy brush and dip into the color called Lure in the Athena palette. Now I'm going to dip into the color called Amber in the Huda Beauty palette. And focus that right here in the crease. Pull it down onto the lid here. Clean brush and dip into Heroic. This one I think blended a little better. This color is a little more pigmented though. So I'm liking the way things are blending better over here for the most part. I think it also has to do with when I first dipped into the last color, my brush that I used was a little damp, so that's my fault. Don't come for me. I have actually used that color and not had an issue, but I'm having this little, I don't know if you can see, a little bit of a white mark right there. Alright, I'm going to take another clean brush and I'm going to dip into the color Oud, I think, O-U-D. Yeah. And I'm going to pop that right in this outer corner. And I'm gonna leave that how it is for the time being because I'm gonna go back and blend it. So I'm gonna dip into the color called Clever and do the same thing. Have that one little patch that's really making me mad. All right, I'm gonna go back in with the brush I used earlier and just blend it out. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with this side where I'm gonna use the brush that I had used before. So on that last darker color, Ode, whatever, and Clever, the Huda Beauty palette definitely did blend easier. This one took a lot more blending, and I can, like, I still need to blend a bit. But they do look the same as far as color. The pigment is good. It's just a little bit more difficult to blend. These are like a glittery, chunkier kind of shadow. That's the way that they formulated them. So I usually like to do those with my finger, so I'm just gonna go for it and see what happens. So this color is Celestial. God, I can't say anything. Really looks gold in the pan, but on your eyes it looks more pink. I guess depending on the way the light's hitting it. So in the Athena palette, I'm gonna dip into the color Cunning and do the same thing. I'm liking this shade, this shadow, better in this palette, in the Athena palette actually. It just is a little smoother and easier to pack on. I'm gonna go back into the color Amber in the Huda palette just to blend this little edge right here. And go in this crease also. And on the other eye, I'm going back into Heroic and just lightly dusting that to clean up the edge here. And then I'm gonna take a flat brush and dip into Cunning and kind of try to give myself more of a cut crease, even though I'm not really doing a cut crease. I just want to have a sharper line here. Okay, and then I'm going to take another clean brush and dip back into Celestial. Okay, I'm going to take the end of this naked brush and dip back into Desert Sand and just kind of run this along my brow bone. And then I'm just going to use the other brush that I used earlier to blend it out. And then I'm going to use my Anastasia brush, little end, and dip into Purity in the Athena palette and just run that along here. And I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup up and I'll be right back. So let's do some shadow under our eyes. I'm going to take a little pencil brush and I'm going to dip into the color Eden in Huda Beauty. Next, I'm going to use the same brush and dip into Amber. So I'm going to take the same brush that I just cleaned and I'm going to dip into Velour. You can tell really right here how much more pigmented that color is. And then I'm going to dip into Heroic. So I'm going to use this liner brush and dip into the OUD color. And then I'm going to take another liner brush and dip into the color Clever. Now I'm going to take my Maybelline Master Chrome highlight that I used on the rest of my face and pop that right in this inner corner. And then I'm going to do some mascara, maybe lashes, depending, and finish up everything else. And I will be right back. gonna give you guys my final thoughts on the two palettes. With this, I have a really hard time because the price difference is so huge. This is a great palette. Like, honestly, you guys, they could market this as like a high-end palette and I would believe it. Like, I would not be disappointed. For $12, this is amazing. The colors blend well. I will say that the darker colors are a little bit harder to blend, but they're also super pigmented. Not every single color in here that is darker is harder to blend. On the other hand, some of the shimmers, I've tried out a lot of the shimmers. I actually like the shimmer that I used on my eye from this palette better than I like the Huda Beauty palette. For $65, I feel like this thing should like do my makeup for me. I don't know, it's hyped, it's good, I love it, but I really do love this for $12. I would not expect this kind of quality, this size, this packaging. So you want the look, this is a great option. The Huda Beauty, it's just a splurge. So it's just, is it worth it to you? So that's really all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't and turn on your bell notifications so you get notified every time I upload a new video. I will talk to you guys really soon.